EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from the historic Pebble Beach golf links, live first-round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the very top at 4 under to this point. Such a pleasant way to start at Pebble Beach. You breathe in that sea air, and you look out at what's possible, what you're going to be heading into. And the first hole really is sort of a nice, gentle way to get this round started. It's only 378 yards, this par 4 first. Oh, off the cart path.
Now that definitely finds the rough off the first tee. Certainly not the start he was looking for.
So now with the ball below his feet, got to be careful this doesn't go right. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. 15 feet away. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, that's in for par here at the first, and he'll stay at even par. Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich, off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
The missed fairway at one didn't hurt him, but this, a much better tee shot as he is safely in the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
When you find yourself in the fairway on the second at Pebble, you have a great opportunity to take advantage of one of the easiest holes on the course.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's a birdie here at the second. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventional. This is a pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dogleg to the left. And you do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dogleg, leaving yourself a very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. This is up the right side, going to try and draw its way back.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
So from off the fairway, his second, now at 3. Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. 14 feet to the hole. Nicely done. Things looking good early. That's birdies at 2 and 3. Wow, a day's worth of breathtaking shots, Frank, from the players and the Pacific Ocean. There it is, and this begins that beautiful 7-hole stretch along the ocean. Short, par 4, 4th hole.
And this is also where some of these decisions become quite critical. Do you try and drive this green 330 yards to the front? Or do you worry about that little pot bunker on that left side, which is about 250 yards to get over it? Because that's what narrows this fairway down. But it plays uphill.
That might have been okay if it stayed in that thinner rough, but I think this popped into that deeper area.
And for a short little shot, the heavy rough certainly makes things more difficult because the rough gets between the club face and the ball. But not bad, all things considered.
Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And he'll move to 3 under par, just 3 back. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. Now, from short range, a second. Boy, that's well done right there. He barely touched that and got it to roll to a stop.
And believe me, it was much harder than it looked.
That one finished off. It is a par here at 5, and he'll stay at -3. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. That's going to be up the left-hand side. No fairway here. This one in that rough.
Second shot from the rough at the par 5 sixth hole. You cannot help but think about what Tiger Woods did here in 2000 on his way to winning the U.S. Open. It was one of the greatest shots in the history of the sport. 7-iron from about 200 yards, thick rough. He just lashed at it, muscled it up the hill. And Roger Maltby, the announcer, said, it's just not a fair fight. He was right.
That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
So an ideal spot right here, just off the green, a makeable chance at eagle. Oh man, absolutely can do no wrong. Dialed in, and that is an eagle, and this is a spectacular round of golf.
Frank, there are certain spots in sport that kind of steal your breath. Starters Gate at the Kentucky Derby, home plate at Fenway Park, maybe top of the hill if you ski at Kitzbühel, 7th tee at Pebble Beach. Absolutely is one of those special places.
Just over 100 yards, Rich. It's the ultimate, I don't know, piece of cake. Where that's what it looks like, but then you try and taste it, and you want a little more, and then you realize you've just bitten off more than you can chew.
And that one wanders off to the right, so time to see if the wedge can save him. Now a second from right of the green.
Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll stay at 5 under. We head now to the 416-yard 8th hole, one of the premier par 4s in golf. Fairway wood or long iron off the tee, giving way to a long approach over the cliffs and a yawning chasm below. Yeah, if you see shortish par 4s like this, it's a great time to bring out the irons, and that is going to work out well. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Now this for another birdie. Oh, needed just a little bit of a turn, but that will somehow stay right on the edge. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th, and he'll remain right where he is.
U.S. Open number 9 was the hardest hole on the golf course. Frank, give yourself certainly a good crack at 4 by hitting the fairway.
And that's all you wanted to do in 2019. It's fine to say all too, but having to hit the left side of this fairway just to keep it in play, and then once again hit into, I know we say this a lot here, but a very narrow green and a very small green, but this time with a long club.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there. From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
A very conservative approach shot. It's a safe side of the green, but as we can all attest, a long way from the hole.
A lot of movement on this putt left to right. I think the idea here is just to get it inside sort of a 3-foot circle. Yeah, you really got to put a charge into it up that slope, and that is fairly well done. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that is going to go in the books as a 30 on the front side, 5 under par. Starting the backside with a 444-yard par 4 10th, the last in this stretch along Carmel Bay, offering the widest fairway at Pebble, feeding left to right toward the water. That one flirting with the left edge of the fairway.
Yeah, it might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
So he should be able to get a full club on this, but the ball below his feet for his second. Safely in. It's a par here at the 10th. And he'll stay right where he is.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. And we know he can move it. That ball was absolutely bombed. Now comes the touch shot, 83, 84 yards. See if he can play that 2-check skipper and get it to stop. That is straight into the thick stuff.
I didn't realize this hole was this long. Long, short, here we go again. Now, this would be an unbelievable putt if you can make this putt.
A good 29-foot putt here.
Good putt there. It's a bogey 5 here at the par 4. And that's going to drop him back to 4 under par. This 12th hole certainly not as famous as some of the other par 3s here at Pebble Beach, like number 7 or 17. But 12's a good one at 202 yards. Ideally, you want to work this right to left, just a baby draw, and try to get it to land softly because the green tends to be really firm. Well, he hung that out there to the right, and the green can't hold it. Now some touch needed here for his second.
Well, it's tough to shake off that bogey at the previous hole, especially when you hit a shot like that.
Four under on the day.
Frank, the 13th hole doesn't get as much fanfare as some of the more picturesque par fours here at Pebble Beach. Just curious, what do you think of this 13th hole?
I think it's a good hole, Rich, because it rewards you. You can certainly make three here. I remember when Tony Jacklin actually made an eagle here, but it's very easy to mess up. Purely because they added those three bunkers in on the right side that start at 260 yards and finish at just over 290 yards. What that has done to this hole is actually shrunk the fairway to just 35 yards wide.
And a splash of sand there. Is this ball going to wind up in the bunker off the tee? So this is second now, trying to get this out cleanly.
Not the best shot we've seen today, but when you consider that was hit out of the fairway bunker, it certainly gets a pass grade.
We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
This will pick up pace as it goes down this slope, but more importantly, it's going to work its way from left to right.
Oh, wow, that is some kind of putt. Perfect speed, perfect line. It's in for a birdie. And he'll move to within a shot of the lead at 5 under par. Well, in the world of professional golf, there are very few legitimate three-shot par fives left. This 582-yard par 5 14th at Pebble Beach is one of those holes. It is all you want. The wind's starting to push this one a little left. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. And that's where you need to be, back into the fairway on this par 5.
Frank, it's just a short shot here, this third to the par 5 14th. What makes it so daunting?
Well, you look at the size of the green, Rich, and you would think it's a pretty big target, but then look closely. The flat area on the green, I've got to say, is really 4 yards by 4 yards. And that's it. If you go beyond that, you're in trouble. So you have to be so precise. And on top of that, you can't see the bottom of the flag. You're going a little bit uphill, so there's a little bit of doubt. It's tough shot. Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain right where he is.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of four bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pop bunker that has to be avoided.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. Okay, not too bad there. Chance now for another birdie. Disappointing. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th, and he'll stay right where he is. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes in all of golf. The march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16. Key here, carry the island bunker. Well, that is right, and that could be trouble.
Those trees are like brick walls today. Hit that and went straight down into the rough.
So now with the ball below his feet, got to be careful this doesn't go right. Six feet now for birdie. That a pure roll there. That is down for a birdie here at 16.
th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that 3 and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure 8 on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club, and the target is bigger.
That was obviously well struck, but it came in a little too hot, and that one's going to run out and leave him a much longer birdie putt than he would have hoped for. Oh, you talk about electrifying this crowd. How about that one? A bomb for birdie at 17. And he's going to surge into the lead here on day 1 with only the 18th left to play. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf, 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunker stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5.
I dare say a touch too aggressive. Trying to fly it all the way and expect it to hold. That is very ambitious. Look what's happened.
Got to be thinking about making this one from just off the edge of the green. This for eagle. Now this for another birdie. Okay, what a run here down the stretch. Birdies at 16, 17, and now here at 18. Our featured golfer today, Frankie, you can say definitely likes this golf course. 2-shot lead after round 1.
Some golf courses, they just appeal to you. You know, the draw shots just stand out there. The flag seems to sit there. It's a little easier. Then when you talk to the other people in the locker room, they just say, this course is so hard. But for you, it's not. So maybe this is the week.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notable Gay III, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds, I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.